Hello everyone, this is RJ Sughi and you're listening to Campus Spotlight, the official radio station of IIT Palakkad. Joined with us today, we have Srujan Kanabar, contesting for the post Students General Secretary. Please give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Hey everyone, this is Shujan. I am a third year electrical engineering undergrad and I am contesting for the post of Student General Secretary, as you all might very well know yet. But yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the questions. Amidst this COVID online semester, many students have found it very difficult to cope with academics, take care of their mental health, and also take part in extracurricular activities. How will you address these issues and assure they go hand in hand?
So the academics, right? As you might very well know, we all of the batches I think had a meeting already with the director and the students and academics. So this time the load has been decreased. So that is the first thing. Like there will only be 4 quizzes per course, as far as I know, and that is a good thing that is done by previous secretaries and the administration. So I believe that can go a good way in increasing the participation for all the among the extracurricular activities. The toll on the mental health, like again, the number of quizzes and all will be less. So it will give a little breather to the students, and I believe that that could also help in that. But from my side, I will personally try and encourage anyone to come to me, speak to me, and or in fact, for that matter, any of the secretaries. And help is just a text message away. Like you don't have to even call or anything like that. You just message us, and we'll take care of the rest of the things. So I plan to be very open on that matters, because mental health is a very, very crucial matter, undoubtedly. And I assure you that I will just be a text away, and anything else that we also have like services. We have our SWCC, which is recently opening a wellness club, and I plan to make the sessions there fun, and I hope to get more people there. And we also have your throats. So those are the ways that I wish to walk ahead on the mental health issue. For the extracurricular activities, in online mode, as you all know, it is difficult because let's take the cultural activities, right? Many of the students might not have the recording equipment and all. So it's difficult, but we have still done some good work. Again, thanks to the previous SAC members and the club members. Continue doing that, and hopefully, if I do get elected, I can have discussions with the club heads and push that thing forward.
Okay, thank you. There is a trend that our closing ranks are worse compared to the other third generation IITs. What can be the possible reasons for it? First of all, are you aware of this trend? And what do you think can be done to improve it?
Yeah, so I am aware of the trends that we have, and what I have found is we need to have a better online presence. If you go what do people do? What did you do when you took admission into our campus? You went online, you searched about it, you searched about the facilities, and then you decided how is the teaching there. You go to Quora, so you basically go online and look up the institute, and then you decide whether you want to go there or not. Similarly, I find that we do not have that much of a presence yet online on many pages. Like right now, we have started all the Instagram club pages and all, but I think we need to take that forward, push it forward. And one thing that can be done on that regards is having a technical, just an Instagram page for technical activities, for cultural activities, and making our SAC website better, which also just happened recently. So I think the answer is online presence, and getting our information out. Like we also have good facilities. It's not like we have bad facilities compared to other IITs, or our teaching is bad. We just need to get that message out online so that students can find it easily and make a better informed decision.
Okay, thank you. Around 40% of our student population are from the PG batches. How will you incorporate their participation with the UG students and make sure we all grow together?
So if you might know, one of the points in my manifesto is project initiative that that would have, it would be like innovation lab projects where the PG students would be requested to put up their projects, whatever they are working on, and the students can have a look from that and they could work with them. So I think that is like a direct personal relation that will help with personal relation between the UG and the PG. So that is one thing, and UG students who are interested in research, so they would also be benefited by that. Other than that, we already do have a system in place. Like we have representatives from PG for sports activities, and as well as even we have it for CDC also. Like many of you might not know, but there are representatives for academics also for CDC. So I think it's just we need to have these representatives who are motivated people, and people who have good friends in the batch, and I think that could go a long way, keeping motivated representatives at such positions. So yeah.
We have had very few EMLs in the past academic year. What was the reason for this? How do you plan on increasing the quality and participation in the EML sessions?
Yeah, to set that matter straight, actually, we have had 4 EMLs in the past year. We have had 4 EMLs. I understand that many of you might have forgotten about that, because 2 EMLs we had in February and March before the lockdown. So, considering the academic year, like from whenever the new stack starts, we have had 4 EMLs. That's the first thing. So, and usually you have 3 to 4 EMLs. It's not gone down. If anything, it's come up from 3 to 4. The other thing, participation. The last 2 EMLs have had a pretty decent participation compared to the previous EMLs, where we had, even in the EML by Cinema Follows, we had around 70 people attending the meeting, if I'm not wrong, 70 to 80. And if I'm not wrong, it's the highest that's ever been, or at least from what I know. So that's one thing that that's another thing that I would like to set straight. And in fact, for the last EML also, we had 50 people attending the meeting. So that's also, it's not, I'm not saying it's great, but it's slightly above average, I would say. Because I know from the past EMLs that average is a little lower. And yeah, for increasing the participation, one thing is we need to get better speakers, and for that, the point I have already mentioned in my manifesto is I'm planning to push a brochure for EML which would contain testimonials from the past speakers, and I think which would go far to influence the personalities that we would send the mails to. Because if they see some famous speaker has already come and we say about good things about the program, then that goes a long way. So that is one thing. Another thing is an Instagram page for EML as well, where we could post testimonials, short clips of online EMLs, and poster.
How do we improve our quality of performance and standing in the inter-IIT meets?
Yeah, that is something that we definitely need to work on. And for that, I propose that, I have been to inter-IIT content. The thing about that is, like, we weren't much exposed to what happens at inter-IIT before going there, or competitions of that form. So to get more exposure, I would like to incentivize all the club members and to go to nearby fests, participate in their competitions, and gain more experience and exposure and work on that. So I'd like to incentivize that, and I'd like to make it a formal system as such that only the people who have gone to a nearby fest and have had enough exposure will be the ones who will be sending to inter-IITs. So yeah, that is how I wish to tackle that in a nutshell.
Okay, thank you. The other candidate has emphasized on expanding the industry academic enclave. Why haven't you considered this in your manifesto? Do you have plans which you have not mentioned in the manifesto for it?
No, it's not like I do not wish to expand the industry academia enclave, but I would like myself to refrain from making vague arguments, because see, last time what we had is ISC 2.0, we had really good companies, like we had even Qualcomm and such GE and high level companies. So it's not like the level of the companies coming to our campuses already. It's pretty decent if you see that way. And the second thing is we had a good participation in the one day. expanding it to a 2 day thing would probably see a drop in the participation is what I believe. So it's not, and we are also still in our budding phase. Like it only happened the second time last time. So I think we just need to keep doing. For now, I feel it's pretty good. It's pretty decent, and we need to continue that for a few more times, like 2 to 3 more times, and then once we have also enough strength, a larger strength, I think it would be better to make it a 2 day industry academy conclave and push for better companies. But right now, just that thing that I felt, I did not want to make any vague promises, so I didn't include it in my manifesto.
Okay, thank you, Srujan. Before we conclude our interview, is there any concluding remarks which you would like to tell our audience?
Well, I would just say that this is all of us institute, and I think all of us should do in whatever capacity, whatever you can do for our institute, and come ahead for it. Like just don't be someone who would sit in their rooms all day. I'm telling it from my personal experience. I used to sit in my rooms all day, and once I have come out, I have been trying to help and support my student and my friends in the student community in whatever way I can. And we as students make the institute. Like we are the heart of the institute. So I would just suggest everyone to just come forward and be a part of our institute and be active. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for joining us today, Srujan. All the best for your campaigning and the elections. Here is our second candidate for the post, Sneha Lakshmi Jain. Can you please give a brief intro about yourself?
Hello everyone, this is Sneha Lakshmi Jain. I am a third year BTech Electrical Engineering student and I am contesting for the post of Students General Secretary.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Amidst this COVID online semester, many students have found it very difficult to cope with academics, take care of their mental health, and take part in extracurricular activities. How will you address these issues and assure they go hand in hand?
Okay, so as of now, I had a few plans in my mind, but I didn't keep it, since it's regarding academics, I didn't actually keep it in my manifesto because that comes directly more of under academic secretary. So I can actually share some of them with you. One thing I thought of was to actually, since we are having assignments and quizzes as well, that's why people are actually getting a lot of workload. So, and what happens in these assignments is that most people copy. I'm generalizing. Not everyone would be doing, but still a majority of the population are actually copying in these assignments. So what I thought was that in the tutorial sessions, if it's okay for the teachers, if we can split the students into like group of 5 or 6 and ask them to solve those assignment questions on those tutorial session, then obviously they won't copy, they'll try to solve on their own, they'll learn, and that extra workload is also being avoided. That's one suggestion that came into my mind. Then similarly you asked, since this time we expected it to when the Presence Act actually started the tenure, they expected the SEM to go in an offline mode, and suddenly, due to the sudden turn of events, they also didn't make a proper plan. So that's what happened. And regarding online semester, what I thought was like in every 2 months, since the semester contains like 4 months, so every 2 months, if we take suggestions from people and if we let the teams know, then it would be better, because this time we had since 2 semesters are over, in those both semesters, the Presence Act had actually taken the survey, the feedback at the end of the semester. So I'm thinking of taking it in the middle of the semester also. So we can, people need not wait for an entire semester to finish to bring about a change. Then the other thing I felt was that once if I get elected, I would coordinate with the cultural, whosoever is going to be the cultural affairs secretary, and ask the cultural and sports affairs secretary to actually make a schedule. Ask the institute clubs to make a schedule of events of what they are planning, so that not just academics, they what the students also participate in all the other activities. This time we didn't have a proper plan. It was actually after this online semester, because we had a lot of workload agreed, but still we lacked a solid plan. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. There is a trend that our closing ranks are worse compared to the other third generation IITs. What could be the reasons for it? Are you aware of this trend?
So what?
And what can be done to improve it?
Actually, our closing ranks are actually our closing ranks are little below compared to other third generation IITs. But we can improve it. So if you have seen my manifesto, I have given a clear-cut idea of the student mentorship program. Now, I have actually been in the prospective girls help desk. So every time when the allotment comes, what it does is that we contact those girls and ask them to freeze, actually motivate them to freeze the college as soon as possible. But what we see is that many people who get allotted to here, they're not interested in joining. Now, one main reason for this is that we don't have, when a fresher joins a college, since it's a third generation IIT, they have a lot of doubts. How is the campus life over here? How is the hostel? This, that, and all. So we don't have like a proper setup which guides the students, guides those fresher people. Like the only option, even if we see a website, we have limited information. So students resort to Quora and other websites, and we don't really have so many good reviews. So in my manifesto, as I've mentioned, in the student mentorship program, if we can provide the students with brochures, campus tour, and the prospective help desk and all, before their allotment actually starts, that can create a very good impression. So that's what I've thought about increasing this closing rank.
That's a very good idea. Thank you, Sneha. Around 40% of our student population are from the PG batches. How will you incorporate their participation with the UG students and make sure they all grow together?
Okay, so here the thing is that most BTech students or most UG students, they are actually from the age group of like 17 to 23. And when you take off the PG, PhD, I think MTech and all will be around 25, 20 around, and they are actually participating. At least the new batches, if you have take a closer look at Institute Club, even though the participation from their side is low, but still people are coming in front. Because see, from till last year, in most Institute Club, they were like literally no people from PG and PhD, but right now at least some of them are coming. So slowly it will increase. Now, considering these research scholars and all, they're actually having a very huge gap. Most people they're in their late 20s or early 30s and all. So that communication gap would be obviously there, and they are more research oriented. So I've personally talked to them. It's their lack of interest only. So we can't do anything on that. But the other people, the interested ones, whoever is interested, they'll surely get an opportunity. But other than that, there's no point in forcing, right, if they're not interested.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. How will your tentative Gymkhana budget proposal look like? Where do you think the money should be spent exactly? And how much should go to each of the councils and activities?
Okay. So, regarding the Gymkhana funds, so since the last two sems were online, we have a lot of funds. So we didn't use much of those funds, even though some online competitions were conducted. The funds were not so much used. So we have saved those funds so that I can specifically say in drama club they require mic and other settings, so they can use that to buy that. And in case of dance club, they can actually use it to buy mirrors and all. They searching for a dance room, so if in case they have a dance room to buy a mirror and all those stuff, they can use those money. Now, majority of the money actually goes in our intra-IIT meets, both sports and cultural, and in that itself, sports is having a larger grant of money. So, but the thing which I have personally noticed that even though sports and culture are going, we lack a lot of practice. Like mostly people only prepare for these intra-IITs, right? There are a lot of other regional competitions. So I am planning to invest these funds. There are other things also, like okay, there are many student teams, so as and when it comes, we can divide that money. But regarding the institute clubs, I think they should more focus on regional competitions. So when we are participating in regional competition, we ourselves can understand where we stand. Based on that, we can improve also. More than our practice, when we, when we are about to participate in such an event, people would be more excited and will take it more seriously also. So investing in regional competition, that would be a bigger priority to me.
Okay, thank you. Last question would be to you is, you had not mentioned about improving CDC placements and internships in your manifesto, while the other candidates have provided a proper plan.
Yeah,
can you explain why?
Okay.
And do you have any plans?
Yeah. In my manifesto, I have written it properly that I'll be continuing all the works taken by the previous acts. So the CDC thing is actually something that has been taken by the previous acts. So obviously, I'll be continuing it. I didn't want it to spam with a lot of points. That's why I actually kept my manifesto precise. Now, regarding what I'll be doing, see, one thing, since we are a third generation IIT, it's really difficult actually to get companies, but slowly that is increasing. So one point is industry academia conclave, and so I'll be focusing more on broadening that event, bringing more participation to that. So how that can be implemented is our faculty, they are so they have a lot of connections. If we have a proper communication with them, they will actually help us with that. So that's one point. And second thing is promote startup culture. We just don't want people to, get some job and get settled. We are molding the future leaders. We want people to create employment for others. I hope that justifies it.
Yes, thank you, Sneha. Before we conclude our interview, is there any remarks or concluding speech which you would like to give to the audience?
Okay. So since this is an online semester, I couldn't campaign much. And for all those people hearing out, you have seen my manifesto, now heard my interview also. Please come to the MTC meet also. And if you feel that I am the deserving candidate, please vote for me. Don't vote for me because you're my friend or you know me or anything. Vote for me if you feel that I can bring about a change, and I feel I can surely do it, especially in I can change a lot in girls' participation. If one person like me can come, then I think I can encourage other girls also to stand for such position. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sneha, and all the best for your elections and campaigning. Thank you for joining us today.